most important mentors in my life used to say, Emmy, wherever there is fear, there is an opportunity for growth. I believed in that principle so much that it changed the way I've made decisions throughout my life. Whenever I'm faced with a decision and I can go this way or that way, I tend to go in the direction that I'm scared of the most. I do that because I know there's a chance for me to grow. I know there's something that I need to overcome, some way that I need to get stronger as a person. Let me give you an example. I used to be incredibly afraid of being home alone. I was scared of the dark even as an adult. I remember sitting in my house imagining scenes from a horror movie. I would think about getting that call from inside the home. I would think about someone coming up behind me while I was standing in the mirror and I would see their face. I would picture all these terrible scenes and imagine terrible things happening to me because I was there alone, unprotected in my house, even as an adult. So I decided to do some things about it. First off, I actually volunteered to stay as a house sitter at my friend's home while they were gone in Australia for 6 weeks. I was there in their home, a home that I wasn't familiar with, and I made myself do that even though I was afraid because I wanted to overcome that fear. Right after that was the first time that I ever lived on my own. I got an apartment by myself for a year. Even though I had other people that wanted to room with me and live with me, I did that because I wanted to face that fear. I sat in my closet a couple of nights, afraid, terrified that somebody was going to break in. I remember many nights laying in my bed, thinking somebody could come at me from this side or that, but I faced the fear and I got over it. Now, my husband can be gone and away for weeks at a time on business, and I can be home alone and I can be fine and I can be comfortable. Whenever you face fear, what's on the other side of that is an incredible amount of freedom. That's what you have to gain is freedom. The first thing that you need to do is identify where you actually have fear. It might not be something as extreme as what I talked about. Maybe you have a fear of asking for referrals. Maybe you think, if I ask for referrals, they're going to think that I'm needy. They're going to think that I'm pushy. They're going to think my business isn't successful. Maybe you have those types of fears. Maybe you have a fear of hitting a big goal. Maybe you don't really think that you're worthy of accomplishing that goal. The first step to having power over that fear and developing confidence is realizing where you have the fear in the first place. The second thing that you need to do is realize the likelihood of that fear coming to pass. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. And when we think about it logically, because again, fear is emotional, when we think about it logically, the statistical likelihood that what we're imagining is going to happen isn't that likely to happen usually. The third thing that we need to do is we need to act. Taking action is the way that you ultimately overcome fear. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is having fear and acting anyways. When we act in the face of fear, we get stronger. Fear is just a habit like anything else. Courage is a habit, and when we exercise the muscle, we become much stronger. So what we need to do is realize where we have fears, realize it's not that likely to come to pass, and act anyways. Action cures fear.